Arpeggios in an RV. Vroom, 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 vroom. So let me say a few general things about how these modulating arpeggios are going to work. So for this week at least, there's going to be a pivot chord that has the same notes, but functions as different Roman numerals in two keys. The keys are going to be shown by the Roman numerals on the left, and this week we'll be repeating the pivot chord, once with its old scale degrees and once with its new scale degrees. And I'm going to note the pivot chord with an equal sign. If you have something that goes 1, 1, 6, 4, 2, 6, 5, 7 to 1, and you have an equal sign after it, that means that 1 is going to function as a pivot. And here I'm noting that it's also going to be 4 in the key of 5. So let's just imagine that 1 is C major for a second. That means that your 1 chord is going to be a C major triad, and then 5 would be saying, okay, if you're starting in C, that means you're going to go to G. And so that C major chord that was 1 in the key of 1, or C, is going to now be 4 in the key of G, or the dominant. What we're going to do for this week is explicitly repeat that pivot chord with both sets of scale degrees. So the first time you'll sing it, you'll sing do, mi, so, mi, do, but then you'll repeat it, and you'll say fa, la, do, la, fa, before you progress on to the next chord. To get a little bit more about this, and to get a couple of pointers, you can read Karpinski Chapter 9, and also start to skim 70 and 71. We're going to be hanging out in these chapters for a few weeks, focusing on specific modulations for each week. So in what you're about to see, there's going to be a couple successive modulations. You get this progression where you have a 1 chord that's going to become a 4 chord in the next key, which is a 5th up. So again, let's imagine that we're starting in C. That means you're going to end with a do, mi, so, mi, do in C major, and then you're going to repeat that and call it fa, la, do, la, fa, and then you're in a new key, and that do, mi, so, mi, do is then going to be thought of as, you're going to sing it once, do, mi, so, mi, do, and then you're going to sing it again as fa, la, do, la, fa, and so on and so on. Now, I'd strongly recommend playing this through just to make sure that you wrap your mind around it. Like, start in C, and then you'll see that you've got that C major triad that ends the first one, that then is going to become 4 in the key of G. Then you're going to end up on a G major triad at the end of that G major triad is going to become 4 in the key of D, and so on, 4, 5, 1. So then that D major triad is going to become 4 in the key of A, and so on and so on. So this first arpeggio establishes a key, and then you have a 5/7 to 1 cadence. That 1 repeats, but it's reinterpreted as 4 in your new key. And then that happens again and again and again, and so we keep successively modulating. So let's try that. 1, 2, ready, and do, mi, so, mi, do, mi, so, mi, fa, la, do, la, fa, la, re, la, fa, so, ti, re, ti, so, do, mi, do, reinterpreted as fa, la, do, la, fa, so, ti, re, ti, so, do, mi, do, fa, la, do, la, fa, so, ti, re, ti, so, do, mi, do, fa, la, do, la, fa, so, ti, re, ti, so, do, mi, do. 3 hours later. Do, mi, do, fa, la, do, la, fa, so, ti, re, ti, so, do, mi, do. And then we're back. So in this progression, we're going to start in a minor key, and then we're going to reinterpret the tonic minor as 6, the submediant, in the key that we're going to. So we're going between the relative major and the relative minor here. So you're going to repeat that. It's first going to be do, me, so, me, do, but then it's going to be la, do, me, do, la, and then that's going to bring us to the relative major, but then we're going to reinterpret the relative major. So first we'll do that chord as do, mi, so, mi, do, but then we're going to call it me, so, te, so, me, a 3 chord, and then from there we will get back to our minor tonic. 1, 2, ready, and do, me, so, me, do,
right, so in this next one, we're going from the key of 1 to the key of 6, back to the key of 1, then to the key of 5, then back to the key of 1. So we start with a tonic triad. We have a 5-4-2 of 4, which then goes to 4-6. And that 4-6 finally goes down to a root position 4. Now, we reinterpret that. So we first sing that as Fa, Do, Fa, La, Do, La, Fa. But then we sing it as Le, Do, Me, Do, Le. And then that goes down to So, Ti, Re, Fa, Re, Ti, So, Do, Me, Do in our new key. Then we go to a 4-6 in that key. So then we go to a 4-6 in that key, which is Le, Do, Fa, Do, Le, which we're reinterpreting as 2-6 in our home key. So that's Fa, La, Re, which then goes down to a 1-6. Mi, So, Do, So, Mi. That 1-6 is then reinterpreted as 4-6 in the key of the dominant. So that'll be La, Do, Fa, Do, La, down to So, Ti, Re, Fa, Re, Ti, So, Do, Mi, Do. Then we reinterpret that as 5 in the key that we're going, that in the home key. Adding a 7th, you get So, Ti, Re, Fa, Re, Ti, So, Do, Mi, Do. So, Ti, Re, Fa, Re, Ti, So, and then we have a cadential 6-4 to sort of make a really emphatic cadence at the end. Do, So, Do, Mi, Do. So, Do, Mi, Do, So, Ti, Re, Fa, Re, Ti, So, Do, Mi, Do. All right, so let me play this through for you, and you sing along. 1, 2, ready, and. Reinterpret that. Reinterpret that. Reinterpret that. Reinterpret that.
I thought about doing arpeggios on an RV, as in like on top of an RV, but I don't know. Yeah. Kind of afraid of heights. And an arpeggio under an RV just sort of seems unsafe and dark.
So what are we doing this week? Well, we're on a new schedule. Performances are still due on Fridays, but the videos will post on Monday or Tuesday, and then that very following Friday, you do the corresponding appointments. The videos post, and then you sign up for either a Wednesday or Friday synchronous time, or you hand in your asynchronous recordings by that following Friday at 2:15. So instead of having a week and a half to do the video stuff and then turn it in, I'm saying, okay, watch the video and then do the activities immediately after. OWL and dictations and other projects are going to be due on Mondays now at 2:15. So I'm going to post these things by Wednesday, and then they'll be due the following Monday. So again, there's going to be a tighter schedule here where I post it, you do it. So what are the performances that are due this Friday? Well, you've got 3 modulation exercises. Exercises 1 and 3 they go all the way around the circle of fifths. So it doesn't really matter what key you start in, you're just going to do all of the keys. And then exercise 2 you can do in any key. For this week, because we're going all the way around the circle of fifths with this, you can play these exercises on your own instrument. If you play the bassoon, play it on the bassoon. If you play a flute, play it on the flute. But if you want to do it on the melodica or the keyboard, by all means, do it there too. The 3 arpeggios we did in this video, play it and sing it in any key you like. This I do want you to play on the keyboard though. For arpeggios, number 1, go all the way around the circle of fifths in this melody bonanza. Melody bonanza! For synchronous, you're going to be asked to sing 5, and asynchronous, you should record those all. In the manual, it's going to be 1480, 1483, 1485, 1490, and 1496. The tune to Everybody Wants to See the Baby, My Favorite Things, and then the Florida Temperance Anthem. Like I said in the video, you can do the melody, but you can also do any of the parts that you like. What's going to be on OWL this week? Well, there's one melodic dictation, and there's one 2-part dictation. You're going to take down the melody, and then you're going to take down the bass line. You don't need to tell me Roman numerals. I just want you to do both the melody and the bass line. Then there'll be one harmonic dictation. Roman numerals is going to be modulating, and I'm just going to ask you for the list of Roman numerals. And then there's going to be a new quick reaction module for you to do. And it's basically going to ask, what key do I modulate to? So I'll play a series of chords that modulate, and then it'll say, hey, did I go to 5? Did I go to 6? You know, I never really did learn what a foxtrot is, did I? Thus ends Week 7's videos. Tune in next week for our Halloween Spooktacular special. Spooky.